Hi, I'm Scott Michaels, the Artistic Director at the Wagon Wheel Center for the Arts. I'm here to shed some light today on one of the most often asked questions I get at the Wagon Wheel Theater. How and where do you find all that amazing young talent that we see on our stage every summer season? Well, I'm going to tell you, so stay tuned. Welcome to Wagon Wheel Wednesdays, where throughout the month of June we'll be providing new online content with insights, we'll answer questions, we'll have all kinds of fun surprises along the way. So stay tuned to our channel as we keep you connected to the arts here in Warsaw. Today, I'm going to give you some insights and behind the scene look at our audition process. What we use to find all those incredibly talented professional actors that you get to see every single summer season on our Wagon Wheel stage. When we start, where we go and how many actors we see, what the auditions consist of, and how we ultimately determine who will make up our summer company and become a part of our Wagon Wheel family. Our audition process begins nearly 8 months before our summer season even starts in early October. Right after that curtain comes down on the final show of our summer season, our amazing staff spends countless hours working and breaking down each production to determine cast size, vocal ranges for each production, dance styles that we'll need to encompass, whether it's tap, ballet, jazz, partnering, musical theater styles, what type of actors and actresses needed for each production. This is a huge puzzle, trying to figure out how all these working parts are going to work together with all 24 actors. It takes us months and months and months to determine. All this information combined will help us to select audition material that will guide us through this casting process, such as what song we need to sing from each show for specific roles, or what scenes we'll need to read to see how strong of an actor they are, or what the dance combination steps should consist of. All of this before we see a single person audition for us in early January. Each year for 3 months, starting in January, we cross the country, going to universities, major cities, right here in Warsaw, to seek out and find the best young talent from across the country. This year's stops included New York City, we went to Chicago, university stops of Florida State, Texas State, we went to University of Michigan. We had auditions right here in Warsaw. We saw so many talented people this year, nearly 1,800 people from all over the country, all vying for those 24 spots in our summer company. How lucky we are to bring in some of these amazingly talented artists. The audition, or open call as we call it, begins with singing 2 short vocal cuts that are in differing styles. The first could be a comic or an up-tempo, while the second could be a ballad or a standard from a show like Oklahoma or My Fair Lady. Now, some people will sing a song that's a current pop song or a classic rock tune. A lot of these song choices are determined by the shows that we are doing in our particular season. For example, this year we're doing more of a classic season, which is like Guys and Dolls and Music Man and Wizard of Oz. Unlike last year where we did a lot more pop rock shows like Mamma Mia and Rocky Horror Picture Show. You see, each year is completely different. So each year we're dealing with different casting elements, which makes it really fun in the casting process because last year's cast won't necessarily fit what this year's cast needs to be. And that's one of the fun parts about doing summer stock theater, that every year is completely different and it's really exciting. The callback. It might be interesting to know that all of our actors have to go through the open vocal call in order to be called back for a Wagon Wheel summer season. Now you may be asking why. Well, because we don't have the luxury of having a large company. So everyone in our company has to be what is called a triple threat. Now, triple threats are somebody who can sing, act, and dance. And then there's what we call a quadruple threat, where you add in the added talent of being able to play an instrument or being able to juggle or tumble. This will give us the flexibility in casting to be able to move our company around and not have to worry about whether they're going to be able to sing it or dance it or act that part. It's one of the really cool things about summer stock theater and why we think it's so important to the training of these artists. The second part of our audition, the dance call. Out of a typical open call of 250 or more, we bring back roughly 70 people to participate in our dance portion of our callbacks. They are taught a short dance combination which they have about an hour to learn, which is quick. When they are ready, we bring them in small groups of 4 or 5 to perform in front of our casting team. This way we can see how quickly they have picked up the dance steps, the styles and techniques used, and then their ability to add character to their dance performance. So the ability to pick up dance steps quickly and be able to perform them perfectly is of utmost importance. My favorite part of the callbacks has been the dance callbacks. I really enjoy teaching these combinations, making them up, working closely with the actors. I get to know a lot about how they work, how they pick up dance steps, how they work under pressure. All these things are very important in a summer stock situation that is very intense. All of this is vital information that will help us make final decisions on casting as we move through the process later on. Vocal callbacks and cold readings. After making a cut down to around 20 men and 20 women, we move to the final stages of our audition, the vocal callbacks and cold readings. At this point, we begin to look at people for specific roles in our season. Could she play Sarah Brown in Guys and Dolls? Or Dorothy in Wizard of Oz? Could he play Harold Hill in Music Man? Or Nathan Detroit in Guys and Dolls? We also need to check vocal ranges, which is how high or low they can sing, so we know what vocal parts they can cover in scores. We do this all by having them sing songs from our season, without the time to prepare them in advance. We hand them the music, spend a few minutes teaching it, then they each take turns singing it alone for the casting team. We can learn a lot from this. I mean, do they have the right vocal quality for the role? Can they hit all of the notes? How do they connect to the text of the song as an actor? This is the first part in determining which leading roles they will be considered for. The last step in our audition process is called the cold readings. This is where we give them a short scene or monologue from our summer season, and they're given very little time to look it over or prepare it. This also gives me as a director a chance to step in and give them some guidance to see how they take direction. Do they have good comic timing? Can they bring drama or honesty to a scene? As a director, this is key. Being great storytellers, connecting to that text, being able to move our audiences with that emotion, whether it's making them laugh or cry, which is so important in Theater in the Round because we are so close to our audience. That's what makes our space truly unique, and why getting the best actors in each role is so important to our company, to be able to create those magical moments that you see on our Wagon Wheel stage. So, after 3 months, 6 cities, and more than 240 actors at our callbacks, I am tasked with the difficult decision of getting our company cut down to its final 24. Now, how do I do this? I do this with lots of charts and spreadsheets where I rank every actor from 1 to 10 in all of their skills, from dancing, acting, their vocal ability. All of these things are compiled and I put them on their resumes and they're spread out all over my house. I have hundreds of pictures. And at this point, I have to track them through our summer season. Now, you may wonder what a track is. A track is an individual actor's slot for each one of the shows for the summer season. So they could be a lead in the first show and then an ensemble member and then play a supporting role and then go back to playing another lead. So I have to go and do this for each individual person that I intend to hire for our summer season. Now, where this gets complicated is if, for example, an actor decides that they are going to turn down our contract offer because they got a job at another theater, or it's just not a good fit or a good timing for them for this summer, which happens. So, in order to do this, I have to, believe it or not, cast each individual role 3 times over, sometimes 4 times over, so that I'm prepared that if somebody drops a contract, that I can move another person into that role. So if they have a Harold Hill, I might have 3 Harold Hills, or 3 Sarahs in Guys and Dolls. And if the first one doesn't accept the offer, then I move to the second one, and so on and so forth for each track. So this can get really complicated at times when you're moving around 24 different people throughout our summer seasons. This is the fun part of the casting process, and it's always really exciting to see how that company ends up at the end. And lucky for us, every single year, no matter who we end up casting those parts, they always turned out to be outstanding. And it's really cool to see how all of that stuff comes together in the end. Ultimately, casting comes down to a gut feeling that there's just something special or interesting or different that sets them apart and makes me want to work with them. See, I'm creating more than just a company of actors. I'm creating a family that I want to create some powerful theater with. Through a ton of hard work, weeks of painstaking decision making, and the talents of all that audition for us, we finally arrive at our incredibly talented summer company. Our family, as we like to call them, that you get to see and fall in love with all summer long on the Wagon Wheel stage.
Hello, friends, family, and fans of the Wagon Wheel Center for the Arts. My name is Lace Hawkins. Today I'm going to take you through a little theater game called Tactics. Tactics are a tool that actors use when they're analyzing the script. Any action verb that might help them tell their story, their character's story, more effectively. It could be something like beg, plead, bully, annoy, prod, joke, love, convince, squash, reassure, delight, ambush. Actors will take these tactics and apply them to the text in order for their character to get what they want out of the scene. What you're going to do is take a very simple line. Pretend it's a line in a show. The first one we're going to work with is, I don't think so. Something I say to this guy all the time. I don't think so. Imagine your character has to say that line. And then practice it using a number of different tactics. Here we go. To accuse. I don't think so. To beg. I don't think so. To comfort. I don't think so. To gloat. I don't think so. To convince. I don't think so. What do you think? So now that you get the idea, visit our website, wagonwheelcenter.org, where you will find a PDF of Wagon Wheel's favorite tactics, along with a list of suggestions for short lines that you and your family can practice using tactics. Have fun! You say bye, Ezra.
Bye. Follow every story she was in.
watching Wagon Wheel Wednesday, and tune in next week for another fun-filled topic.